Today, we're diving into the heart-wrenching tale of one of the most iconic characters in the Star Wars saga, Anakin Skywalker. From a slave boy on Tatooine to the fearsome Darth Vader, his journey is filled with triumph, heartbreak, and redemption. Let's explore the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker was born into slavery on the desert planet of Tatooine. Even as a young boy, he was a mechanical prodigy and a talented pod racer. But beyond his skills, Anakin had an extraordinary connection to the Force. Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn recognised this and believed Anakin was the chosen one, destined to bring balance to the Force. Anakin's journey started with a heavy heart. Leaving his mother behind was a painful experience. Imagine being a young boy torn away from the only family that you've ever known. That fear and longing planted deep seeds of insecurity. Then there's the Jedi Code, which demanded detachment, something that Anakin struggled with his entire life. A crucial turning point was Qui-Gon Jinn's death. Qui-Gon believed wholeheartedly in Anakin's potential. His untimely death at the hands of Darth Maul was a devastating blow. If Qui-Gon had lived, he might have been the mentor that Anakin needed, guiding him with wisdom and understanding that Obi-Wan, despite his best efforts, couldn't fully provide. This young boy, plucked from his warm planet by the only man who he looked up to as a father figure, the only man who had shown any belief in him, was killed. Under Obi-Wan Kenobi's guidance, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi Knight. But Obi-Wan was more of a brother to Anakin than a father figure. This dynamic often led to clashes and misunderstandings. Anakin needed someone who could deeply understand his emotional struggles, someone like Qui-Gon Jinn. Unfortunately, Obi-Wan, despite his best efforts, couldn't fill that role completely. Anakin's status as the Chosen One also isolated him. Many of the other young Jedi were wary of him, seeing his potential power as something alien and intimidating. This made it difficult for Anakin to form genuine friendships within the Order. He often felt like an outsider, struggling to fit in with his peers. This sense of isolation further deepened his insecurities and his need for recognition and belonging. A pivotal moment in Anakin's life was the tragic death of his mother, Shmi Skywalker. Haunted by dreams of her suffering, Anakin returned to Tatooine, only to find her kidnapped by Tusken Raiders. When he finally found her, she died in his arms. The helplessness and the rage that he felt in that moment were overwhelming. He was consumed by anger and slaughtered the Tusken Raiders in a fit of vengeance. This instant marked a significant step towards his fall to the dark side, as he felt that the Jedi could not help him to save those that he loved. One of the biggest conflicts in Anakin's life was his love for Padme Amidala. Their relationship was a secret because the Jedi Code forbade attachments. This love brought him immense joy, but also immense fear. The fear of losing Padme the way that he lost his mother. This fear became a significant vulnerability that the dark side would later exploit. Anakin began having nightmares of Padme's death, just as he'd had of his mother's. These visions terrified him. He felt powerless to stop them, and his desperation grew. This fear and desperation made him susceptible to the manipulations of a certain dark figure in the galaxy. Chancellor Palpatine, who was secretly the Sith Lord Darth Sidious, preyed on Anakin's fears. He offered Anakin the power to prevent Padme's death, something that the Jedi could not. Torn between his duty to the Jedi and his love for Padme, Anakin was trapped in emotional turmoil. Palpatine's promises of power and control were tempting, especially for someone who had felt so powerless for so long. And then there was the Jedi Council's refusal to grant Anakin the rank of Jedi Master. Despite his exceptional abilities and achievements, the Council decided that he wasn't ready. This rejection stung deeply, feeding into Anakin's sense of frustration and isolation. He felt unrecognised and mistrusted by the very Order that he had sacrificed so much for. This, coupled with Palpatine's manipulations, drove a wedge between Anakin and the Jedi Order. Driven by fear and anger, Anakin ultimately succumbed to the dark side and became Darth Vader. His desire to save Padme led him to commit horrific acts, betraying everything he once stood for. His transformation was a tragic fall from grace. The hero, who was destined to bring balance to the Force, became an agent of darkness and destruction. Anakin's fall to the dark side came with immense guilt. Beneath the mask of Darth Vader, Anakin was haunted by the atrocities that he had committed, especially the slaughter of the younglings and his betrayal of the Jedi Order. His guilt was a constant shadow, reminding him of the hero that he once was and the monster that he had become. In a final act of redemption, Anakin overcame the dark side. By saving his son, he fulfilled the prophecy and brought balance to the Force. His love for Luke rekindled the light within him, leading him to destroy the Emperor and end the Sith's tyranny. Anakin's story, marked by immense struggle and loss, ultimately found a path to redemption. The tragedy of Anakin Skywalker serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of the human spirit. His story is one of potential, fallibility, and the enduring possibility of redemption. Though he became Darth Vader, the essence of Anakin Skywalker remained, a beacon of hope that even in the deepest darkness, the light can prevail.